No one ever solved a problem by thinking about it forever. The hardest part is not knowing what to do, but actually doing it. Well, hey, my friend. Welcome to Creatives on Fire, the go-to podcast for content creators looking to grow their audience as well as their income. I'm so excited you're here. I'm your host, Melanie Ferguson. Well, hey, my friend. Welcome back to the podcast. This week is incredibly special because I'm going to be serving you by unpacking some of the key points of my new book. And in case you didn't hear, last week I shared all about my new book called Creatives on Fire, 71 Secrets to Making Money Online. And if you don't have your hands on it yet, you can order it over at creativesonfirepodcast.com/book. So before we get started into the nitty-gritty of this week's episode, I want to share something a little more on the personal side with you. Is that okay? Okay, I'm going to pretend like you said yes. Anyway, when I was in college, I am embarrassed to share that I took almost 5.5 years worth of classes and credits to finally get my degree. It was almost like a degree and a half. The amount of time that I spent there, it wasn't because I was partying or having such a great time, which probably was part of it. And it wasn't because I was so super smart that I just was like getting all of this knowledge, right? It was because I had no plan. I literally went to college because my parents expected me to go to college. I didn't get in with a really good guidance counselor, so I didn't really have a solid roadmap of what I was going to be getting into. I had no plan, so I jumped from a major of English to journalism communications over all the way to the other end of criminal justice, just because it sounded like fun. It was fun all the way until I looked up and all my friends were graduating, and then there I was, still nowhere near the finish line. So I quickly ran down to a counselor's office. I'd never even met this one before, and sat down with her and I said, listen, here's all my hours. What can get me out of here the fastest? How can I graduate? And preferably without any more math because I was terrible at math. And she and I landed on psychology. So I graduated with psychology. I guess that's the good news. I did end up graduating. And I feel like the same thing or something similar happens online when you're creative, because you just get there and you ask yourself, because there's so many things you can pick from. You just ask yourself, where do I even start? What should I do? And that is why I'm like, you can find all the courses, all the coaching, all the Instagram reels, all the videos selling you every single thing under the sun, saying, do this one thing and you'll get rich and only work whenever you want to. And it sounds amazing. But what is the real truth? What are the real steps? And what is the real secret? This is where creatives like you and me tend to need a helpful guidance counselor like I didn't have in college, someone who we connect with and who gets where we are and is able to offer us a roadmap like I needed the whole time, but eventually got at the very end, like something that is our fastest ticket to success, our fastest way to get there. And this is why I wrote the book, my friend. I want to read a little part of the book for you today. Let me grab that and read that to you. Okay, it says Chapter 1, Building Your Online Business. Starting an online business is a lot like building a house. You need a solid foundation, a clear blueprint, and the patience to put in the work brick by brick. But it can also feel like stepping into the unknown. There's where we're at, the unknown. There are so many paths, tools, and strategies that it's easy to get overwhelmed. If you're feeling that way right now, know this: you do not need to have everything figured out from day one. What you do need is a willingness to start, to show up consistently, and to genuinely connect with an audience. For me, the first step in building a business, both offline and online, was simply starting. So I'm going to repeat those two quotes that I said at the very beginning. No one ever solved a problem by thinking about it forever. And the hardest part isn't knowing what to do, but actually doing it. So today, if you are just getting started and you're brand new to the online space, or maybe you are just starting something brand new for your existing business online, this episode is for you. We are going to dive into secret number 1, finding your niche. So before you build anything online, you need to kind of know where to start from. Who are you going to talk to? You really need an audience that will grow to know, like, and trust you so that you can sell whatever this thing you're going to have to them. And whether that is a brand new thing, period, or something you're adding new to your business. Your niche is going to be your sweet spot where your passion intersects with the needs of your audience. So we always want to be serving, and we cannot serve an audience that we don't know what they need. I'm going to encourage you, and that's the great thing about the book, because at the end of every chapter is an action step. I'm going to encourage you to figure out what your niche is. And maybe you have a business built on a certain niche, but what it is you want to offer them next is a little bit different. So the action step for chapter 1, or the secret number 1 of finding your niche, is to go ahead and make a list of interests and skills and problems that you can solve for these people. I want you to use ChatGPT or free tools like Google Trends, Pinterest Trends, and Uber Suggests to see what people are searching for. Because you want to find, here's the secret, you want to find the overlaps between what you love and market demand, meaning what people will pay for. So what you love and what people will pay for. This is going to help you create an audience that not only keeps you motivated so that you can stay consistent, but also has the potential to make money. So you can grab my free Pinpoint Your Passion course at creativesonfirepodcast.com/pinpoint your passion. And I will link that here in the show notes. The episode that I refer to in the book for this chapter is creativesonfirepodcast.com, episode 2. All right, episode 2. Okay, so here's what I want you to take away from today's episode. Every creator that you look up to or admire, every brand that inspires you, or like blogger that inspires you, you see their site and you're like, oh, anyone that you see online that you know makes multiple 6 figures, listen, they all started in the same place that you are right now. They were confused, excited, hopeful, looking for answers. And the only difference between you and them is they took the first step. They took the first step. And guess what the good news is? This is the best part. Lean in. You can too. You can too. You can take the first step for that new offer you're going to create, that new membership you're going to add to your business, or even just getting yourself in a platform and diving in, learning the ins and outs of it and giving it your all. You can too. So if this message hit home for you, or you're excited and want to grab a copy of the book, go to creativesonfirepodcast.com/book. Grab that with all of the bonuses that I've added in there for you. And I would actually absolutely love it if you shared it with a friend. So if you can think of any person that is going through the same exact thing as you, please, please, please forward this episode to them and let them know how it has changed your business. All right, my friend, until next time, stay creative.